Hey, what's up people? Ed Clark back with another video, and we're doing a continuation from the strategy that I tried last time, which was using the dealer tracker to track the last 3 live results of a dealer, then doing a 17 number neighbor bet, and we was doing the reverse martingale. So basically was trying to get a 3 win streak before we quit out. So I did it last time. We hit the 3 win streak, but it's quite late into the series because we get 8 tries to hit the 3 win streak before we'd have to martingale up the initial bet. So I thought I'd give it another try. So I headed over to the Roulette Azure, and I've had some pretty good success on there before. Before we get started though, I'd like to say if you're not a member of Roulette Calculators, pause the video, click the link in the description and set yourself up a free account so you can learn more about these calculators and roulette tools that we're using, and also to become part of the free social network. Also, if you're not a subscriber of the channel, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon, then you get updated with any more videos on strategies that I upload. So let's get straight into it. What we're talking about is the reverse martingale system. Now, if you remember my first video, I started with 50p starting bet. If I won, then I would increase that to £1. If I won that, I would increase that to £2. So I thought I'd try a little bit higher stakes this time because I noticed my balance didn't drop that much as we was hitting the misses. So I thought I'd step it up a notch, and we're starting with £1 per number. If we win, we'll double that to £2, and if we win that, we'll double that to £4 per number, which should give us a £144 win. So let's get straight to it. As you can see, we are jumping on, we've already opened the dealer tracker, and we are heading to Roulette Azure. Roulette Azure is a good table. We've found some pretty good consistent dealers on that. Let me move that down a little bit there. And let's get the party started, shall we? So yeah, my balance is £227 at this table, and the dealer that we're playing is called Hella. It's quite small, it's hard to read. But yeah, so what I do, I just start logging the last few spins. Of course, this is a multi-direction table, so I need to log 7 spins in order to get all of the data that I need. So we've got that now. You can see this one's fairly spread out. That went to 18, which I guess is kind of in between there. This spin doesn't look too bad. We've got number 7, 35 and number 26. So what I do is chuck a neighbour's bet of £1. We're currently it's set to 2. I need to increase that to 8 for the neighbours, and I just chuck that straight on number 35 because that's right in the middle of all of that. As you notice, the table just kind of starts lagging and it's going all over the place. And of course my web page has gone a bit funny as well, so I'm not sure what was going on there, because my internet's really good. I've got I just checked, I've got a gigabyte or just over a gigabyte download speed and 800 meg upload speed, so I don't think I got a problem with my internet, so it must have been a server or something. But as you see, number 3 would have come out, so that would have been a really nice win right in the mix there. Unfortunately, it didn't count. So I decided to look at this one. I wasn't sure about betting on it because it's a little bit spread out, and also I was a bit I think I was a bit upset about the table not accepting my bet when it was a flawless win. It's the way it goes though. I've had it before where it's done that and it would have been a losing bet, so you know, I can't argue too much. But as you see, this spin here wasn't that good. It went to number 9, the opposite side. Now I'm not that familiar with Helia, but as you see, this opposite spin was looking golden, 28, 12 and 35. So I chucked my £1 neighbours bet on that and decided to give it a go. So how's everyone else doing? I'd love to hear what you've been up to recently. I know a lot of areas are kind of releasing the lockdown situation, stuff like that. Has any of you guys had your vaccinations yet? In Thailand, they're kind of favouring the Thai people first, and the Westerners that live over here don't really get much of a say. So you can see that went to 24, so we did miss that bet. Bit upsetting. This one's a bit spread out for my liking. So we've got number 12, 32 and 13. So yeah, no, I'd love to hear what you guys are up to. Obviously, I live in Thailand, in the beautiful island of Koh Samui. It's absolutely beautiful here. Really hot, way too hot to be honest. I don't know what I was thinking when I moved out here, but I do like it. Just being on the bike, free wind. In fact, if any of you guys want me to post a video, I do a lovely bike ride every day to try and get some vitamin D. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about this, but vitamin D is the ultimate thing that you can get for preventing COVID-19. It's they've done tons of studies. You should do a YouTube COVID-19 vitamin D and just look at all of the research and all of the studies that have been done behind it. So as you see, I put a bet on there, but the dealer is a dealer change. So I quickly take the bet off of that table. And it happens to be one of my favorite dealers from Roulette Azure called, I think it's Vera, something like that. But I've played with her quite a few times in the past, and she typically has a tendency to be very consistent. Now, I've noticed I've had a few sessions where she spins the wheel a little bit fast, and this looks like one of those things. You can see there the wheel was flying around, and it kind of bounced around a little bit. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to speed up the clip just so we got some data logged, and I'll talk about it. So obviously we was looking at number 3 landing there. That went to number 8. And that one went to 26, and that went to 29. So I'll just watch it from here so you can kind of see how she builds up her groupings, which is one of the really good things about Vera. She does tend to, once she gets into a stride, she does tend to have some really good consistent moments, which is perfect if you're doing a reverse martingale. If you've seen some of my previous videos, I've had like 12 or 14 wins in a row without missing with this dealer, so she is pretty damn good. That went to number 2, so you can see it right there, right in between those 2 highlighted numbers. So that was a good hit. This one's a little bit spread out, but of course we've got 28 and 0, which I got to get used to this. I keep pointing the wrong way. Everything's back to front when I'm doing this. It's all mirrored. But yeah, between 28 and 0, that looks like a nice hot spot. Again, that 36 up there. It could just be a dodgy spin. Oh, that was a dodgy spin. She dropped the ball. So I was a bit upset about that because I don't think she spun it from where she should have spun it. Because obviously she panicked and just picked the ball up and spun it. But yeah, I was hoping between 28 and 0. And yeah, she kind of hit that area. She got number 18 just up there, which is kind of what you want to see, but it wasn't that much of a good spin because she did drop it. But this one's pretty good. We've seen that. Number 13, 21 and 26. So I chucked the first bet of £1 per number there. So a total bet of £17. Now, of course, if we win this, that gives us £36. And then what we do is put a £34 bet on. So even with this reverse martingale strategy, if you win a couple, you still take a little bit of profit because we're not covering 18 numbers. So on the first one, you make £1 profit. If you win the second one, you make another £2 profit. But what we're looking for is a 3-win streak in a row. That one landed perfectly on number 4. And we put the neighbours on number 21, which is right next to it, just there. And we got the £36 win. Now this opposite spin doesn't really excite me. It's a little bit spaced out. If anything, I would like it to land in between sort of 9 and 3 or between 27 and 3, just so it can kind of build a nice area for us to bet on. So she spins the ball. So I was toying with the idea of doing a 1-2 out. So obviously I'm doing the triple bet. If you watched my last video, I hit a 2-win streak, I think 3 or 4 times in a row. Which was good. So that landed on 27. So that was actually on the number itself that was already landed on. Now this is the opposite spin. This is the one that I won on last time. So it looks like perfect opportunity to put a neighbour's bet right there on number 31. Now I've gone on 31 just because it's closer to that 1 and 20 there. So I'm kind of favoring this side a little bit more than the opposite side because it's got two numbers right next to each other there. So this is obviously the second bet in the series. So instead of doing £1 per number, I've put £2 per number. We'll see it land pretty much just after 0, anywhere around there. See, it went to number 10, which is good for us. We got that win, luckily, because I hit 31. So as I said, favouring that side a little bit more paid off then. So that's a second bet in a row. Now we need 3 in a row to obviously hit our 3-win streak. And that's a £144 win if we do that. And that's a walking point. You know, that's well over £100 profit. And you don't have to sit there playing for ages. And of course, if we lose, like the bet we've just done, if we lose that, we're only losing our initial stake, the first one we put on. So the thing is with the reverse, each time you win, you're doubling up. And that just makes the money that you win more, but you've got obviously more chances of losing because you have to win 3 times in a row. But it's like taking your first bet and just increasing it and then increasing it. And if you get the 3 wins in a row, the profits are great, you know. But you need to find a dealer that's really consistent. Vera is really good. I've put the neighbours on 29. Of course, I'm doing £4 per number, which is £68. Okay, £68, but if you look at my balance, it's at 199 now, even if I lost. So I'd have only lost that initial £18. Really, it'd be, I think, £15 because of the wins that we've just got. So, and absolutely beautiful there, number 12. So it landed on one of the highlighted numbers. So we hit that. That gives us a nice whopping £144 win, which is our goal. That means we've hit the target, which is obviously 343 now. So we made £140 or something. £130, I think it was. Now, what I like to do, obviously, I've hit my target, so I'm not going to bet anymore. But I just wanted to watch what would happen if I carried on. Of course, we started with £1 bet. We doubled it to £2 bet. We doubled that to £4 bet. Now, if I wanted to, I could be crazy and I could do £8 on the next bet, and then of course the profits from that would be insane if you win. Obviously I wouldn't bet on this side because it's not looking too good, but it did land in a really good spot. It landed right there in the 15 there, in between those two there. But this is the side I'm interested in. Obviously number 13 looks like the golden number. So what I would do, I would put £8 per number. That would cover from number 24 round to number 4. So that big section just around there that you can see highlighted, that's where I would put the bet if I was going to carry on like a madman. I do like to see, just it gives me insight. And of course, if you put the time in and analyze the tables as well like this, you can also decipher new strategies from the data that you're getting. Now, if you have a look here, that went to number 13, which was actually the number I would have put the neighbours bet on. So that would have been a win, £8 per number, which would have given insane profits. That would be a £288 from that. And in this case, I'd be looking at, you know, doubling up again would be £16, and I would put the neighbours bet probably on number 8 or 23. I'll probably favour 23. I'd put the neighbours on that. Hypothetically, obviously I've hit my target, but I'd just like to see what would happen. So looking at number 23. And it landed on 23, so ridiculous. So obviously that would be 144, that would be 288, that's going to be 572, I believe that would have paid out, £572 if I did double the bet. Now, of course, I was looking at this one going, would I put £32 per number doing that sort of progression? Now, the interesting thing is, Vera, I've seen her. I've got like a 12 win streak from her, so it wouldn't surprise me if it came in. But in this case, it doesn't. It was heading to the right area, but it did kind of hit that 0 area and then just ping back So that went to 34. So obviously that would have brought the thing to the end. But I'm happy there, £343. So that's the end of the video. What I'm doing though, I'm copying out the log of numbers. I'm heading to roulette calculators. Of course, Vera's only just come on the table. She's only done several spins. So all I'm doing is messaging the members of roulette calculators, just saying I've just hit my target on. I've actually written I've hit my target 1 Azure. It's good to notice the typos after it's too late. Vera is on and has been pretty consistent. Here is the log, and what I'm doing, I'm just sharing those numbers because anyone else that's looking for a dealer, they might want to jump on and take advantage of Vera there. Now, it doesn't mean that she's going to stay consistent. The tools that we're using are just that, they're tools. It's up to you if you want to make the bets, and I can't make that any clearer. Every time people say, am I guaranteed to win if I use these? Absolutely not. They are tools that let us see what the dealer's doing, what the table history is, and then it's up to us to make the bets. But I can say this, if you use the tools, I guarantee that you'll have more insight on what the table's doing than if you don't use the tools. It's that simple. Anyway, I'm glad you watched this to the end. If you did, make sure you give the video a like. Also, join Roulette Calculators if you haven't, and subscribe to this channel. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. That'll make me really happy. And also, once we get to there, I'm going to start doing some decent bonuses and giveaways and things like that. So thanks again for watching, and as always, please bet smart, guys.